All right. Before we talk Super Bowl, we got to talk about the Bills.
Do we though?
Do we? Oh my goodness. Oh, that was such a heartbreaking game. That might be the most heartbreaking game. I've heard it described as the best game ever, which is, I suppose, a compliment. But
Yeah.
oh man.
And people just were like, that was the Super Bowl. Like, what any game after this is not going to compare to that game. But that game hurt so much. Like, I'm still bitter about it. Like, and even the next day at work, like, we have a variety of fans at our job. And like, instead of them, usually we smack talk each other after games, but I walked in and they're just like, are you okay?
Yeah.
They're like, do you want to talk about it? They're like, are you feeling all right? And I'm like, no. It hurt. I was crying at the end because I thought, we did it. And then I started crying because we screwed it up and we lost. So it was rough.
I just remember the Chiefs scored and there was like a minute something left and thinking the Bills got this. We got this. They're gonna score, and then the Chiefs aren't gonna have enough time, and that's it. And this is awesome.
That,
like,
you would think, like, yes, we did it. Like
13 seconds. What the F? That was just. And then
not over till it's over. I guess that's the only lesson I can say that I hope everybody learned.
I guess. And then this overtime crap. Stop it. It's real simple. All you do is give each team at least one chance. That's it. It's so simple. Like, how can you change the overtime rules? It's not fair to say whoever wins a coin toss, you decide.
Essentially wins the
coin
game.
flip.
Mm-hmm. Or at least having a lot of time, and you just play that a lot of time, and whoever has the most points after can win. That too. Just something like one or the other. I feel like good options.
That's fine, but don't decide it by a coin flip. It's just.
It made me feel a little bit better that and I couldn't even watch the game, the Chiefs and Bengals game, but they won the coin toss and they still lost. So I'm like. Sucks to suck. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I like that that basically the reason the Chiefs lost is because they're arrogant. Like, basically.
And they had these signs, these 13-second signs, like all over town gloating. I'm like,
Karma
at its finest.
Yeah. All they needed to do was run the ball a little bit, because basically they went up to a 21-3 lead on the Bengals, and then the Bengals just said, okay, you want to pass, fine, we're gonna drop everybody back and we're gonna cover everybody, and now you can't pass. And all the Chiefs needed to do was run the ball. But no, Mahomes and Andy Reid have to show what a genius they are, so they have to go throw, and they got what's coming to them. Good
for them.
But now we have the Super Bowl, Bengals and Rams. I've heard, I don't know if it's 50-50. I think it's actually, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what I think I saw that it's like actually a lot of people are betting on the Bengals, I think.
Really?
I forget. I forget which way the line's moving. But anyway, you can make an argument one way or the other for either team winning. I'm really excited. I think this has the potential to be a really good Super Bowl. What do you think?
I think it could be. I think it's going to be, and I know I'm not the only one in this. I think it's going to be really hard to watch. Like, it's hard for me to get excited and to want to watch, because it's like, usually
could have been us.
Whatever. But the fact that that could have been us and it should have been us is like, it hurts, and it's really hard to just watch someone else steal your glory and be out there. So it's really hard for me to want to get excited. I haven't accepted any invites to any Super Bowl parties yet, because people are like, I'm having a party, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you want to buy squares, you want to do this, and I haven't felt up to any of it. And normally I love the Super Bowl, like regardless
Right.
of,
No,
who's playing. So it's definitely more emotional this year. It's really bitter this year.
I totally get it. I remember the years where the Steelers went really far into the playoffs, sometimes all the way to the AFC Championship game, and they would lose. And my attitude was, I don't want to watch any more football anymore. I'm done. I'm just too.
I have not watched football since. I even tried to put on the Pro Bowl, and I watched like 2 minutes of it. I was like, okay, this isn't fun, like, at all. I ended up watching rugby actually, because Six Nations rugby is on in Europe, so that was a lot more exciting. Actual tackles and things like that. But
they need to get rid of the Pro Bowl. What a freaking joke! Oh my goodness. That was painful to watch. They don't want to be there.
Was Stephon Diggs, when they were doing like the throwing challenges and things like that, he jumped through a table for Bills Mafia. So I
saw that. And
it looked like him and his brother have fun. So like things like that, or seeing Dion go for his first Pro Bowl, like those are the things that I was happy to see. But like overall, like the game itself, like it was very underwhelming.
Him and his brother were just having the best time. I think at one point they switched and Stephon was like the cornerback.
Yeah. I was like, oh, CB2 is that who we're watching right now out there?
That's right. That's right. Bills need a cornerback so that it can work. Hey, it works when you're not on offense. What are you doing? Stop! Don't just sit there on the bench. Get out there. Go be a cornerback. Go play defense too.
Yeah,
two-way player.
There you go.
Yeah, that was cute, but it's like, come on, just you know what they should do in the Pro Bowl? They should have like a team competitions, like fastest player, strongest player, best, most accurate, team that has the most accurate passers, best kicker, something like that, because they don't want to tackle each other. I don't blame them. Why would you want to go kill yourself for a meaningless game? So it's like, okay, fine, then
it's an exhibition game at best. So it's like, why risk, going into next season, or maybe you're just really beat up from, the season you just had. They tried to get Josh as an alternate, and he was just like, no, I'm going to go golf at Pebble Beach. So that was fun to watch him golf.
Yeah. And it's silly when they're like, whoa, this was a Pro Bowl, he was selected to the Pro Bowl. I mean, it really doesn't mean anything for, like half the people that are selected, they're like, I don't want to be there. And then they pick like a whole bunch of other people. So it's like
Mac Jones got picked, and he had to actually throw the football. I was just watching. I'm like, he doesn't look like he's having fun, like trying to do it.
Yeah, I don't care.
People are like, "Where's Josh? Where's Josh?" I'm like, Josh didn't want to be there.
Josh had better things to do.
He sure did. He looked like he was having a really fun time golfing. So I love that for him.
Oh boy! So I guess we'll be watching for the Super Bowl, for the commercials. Okay, what do you do for food for the Super Bowl?
Oh, usually we do like pretty much like a traditional potluck. People will bring different things. Usually there's always pizza and wings. Somebody will make, all kinds of different dips. Usually we have like a spinach artichoke dip, wing dip. People have done like different cannoli dips and things like that. So we have a good variety, but definitely the wings. Wings are probably my favorite part.
Wait, what kind of dip?
Cannoli dip.
What's cannoli dip?
What? You haven't had cannoli dip?
No, never heard.
Like imagine, okay, obviously I know you know what a cannoli is, but like I imagine like the filling, and then you have kind of like these little what the shell would be, and you have it, and it's kind of like in little triangle pieces, or you can just cut it up in different ways and you just dip it. So instead of eating it as a cannoli, it's like more of a dip.
I've never heard of this, and this sounds like the most amazing. This sounds like it's life-changing.
Yeah, and actually Wegmans makes it and sells it too. Doesn't it look so good?
Oh my God. I'm looking at pictures of it now.
It's
my God.
You need it in your life. That's all I'm telling you.
I am I am like,
You're like,
I've,
this is coming this Sunday.
you
This is
have
gonna get the
changed
party.
my life. Oh my God. I could see myself adding another 10 pounds of this, but I'd be happy
It's worth
doing
it. By all means, it is worth it. I promise.
yeah, cannolis.
And
Cannolis are the
we
best.
could all run it off after. It's fine.
Yeah,
That'll
yeah,
off
yeah,
season.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. You with those little tiny chocolate chips.
Yep. It's good.
So good. Um, yeah, the most popular Super Bowl foods, pizza is number one, nachos number two, cheese and
Well, I love a good
crackers.
taco dip. That's another big one that
Taco
usually.
dip's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burgers. Yeah, I don't know. Meatballs. Tacos. Yeah, this is a weird.
Some people do make really good, like the cocktail meatballs
Okay.
with like a jelly cranberry type of sauce. Those are pretty good. And you do them in like a pot, the little small meatballs. They're good.
I hear wings are like really expensive now. They keep
they're
raising the price.
astronomical. It's sad. Like the other day, I went for wings at a place where they used to be probably about $12, and now they're like $17.50. I'm like, this hurts, and that's just for a single order.
Ew, not good. Not good.
That cheap.
No, you need wings in your life.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on drums versus flats?
Oh, I'm team flats.
Oh, I'm team drums. Oh, we got to fight, buddy.
No, that's good. I'll give you all the drums, and you can give me all the flats.
Thank you. This works out well.
That's a compromise right there. People are like, and I'm like, no, you gotta just buddy up with someone who's the opposite of you.
Exactly.
That's all you have to do.
Exactly.
But not to say I don't really discriminate on chicken wings. Like I'm gonna eat them all.
You know what? I'm not mad if I get a bunch of wings are wings. Just give them to me.
Just give them all to me. It's fine.
What about boneless wings? Do you consider those wings, or are those just like fancy chicken nuggets?
I mean, it's just chicken, and I'm gonna eat it. I don't really call it. It's good. I don't know if it's a wing per se, but to me it tastes good. So
hard to call it a wing.
It is hard to call it a wing because it's not like
Yeah, there's. Now, when you're eating the wing, how much do you leave? How much meat do you leave? Do you?
None. You gotta clean the wing.
You gotta
clean the bone.
The best thing ever is when I'm out with the family and we all get the same kind of wing, the same flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And the wife and the daughter, they leave a good bit amount of meat on the bone. I'm like, give them the meat. It's like having like a whole other order of wings. It's like I'll clean up all those
give
bones.
it to me. I will eat it. Yes. No, I don't leave any. I don't know.
But what flavor wing?
Usually medium is my go-to, or I'm a big fan of like honey barbecue, or someplace to do like a spicy honey barbecue. That's really solid.
I've seen like the hot barbecue or something like that. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the hot wings. Not a fan of them being too hot. I don't like my mouth burning. I want a good experience.
I definitely don't want to like fight with my food, but
yes,
I have a little, just enough of a kick. So that's why usually medium, I feel like you can't really go wrong with.
They have I like the I don't know what they call it. It's like a honey mustard, or sometimes it's called Carolina barbecue, or it's basically like a golden barbecue kind of thing. Those are my favorite.
I've had Carolina barbecue. I actually went to my first Wing Fest this past summer, and it was actually at the Bill Stadium. And I went at the end, and I went to this random tent. I can't even remember the name, but the wings were like top notch. It was like some little hole in the wall place, and Carolina barbecue was one of the flavors. And they had like garlic parm and stuff like that, and they were just top notch. I was a big fan.
See, I don't. Okay, do you like the garlic parm?
I do, but I feel like it depends who makes them, because I feel like sometimes they come out really good and sometimes they don't. So just
I'm not a fan.
depends. Just depends. You don't like it, you can't get with it.
I'm not a fan of the garlic parm. No, I just can't. And that's the problem. My wife and daughter do like it. That's usually what they get. And then I'm just like, I'm not touching those.
I will say I wouldn't like go out of my way to order it, but if somebody was to give me one, I would eat it. So
yeah. But there is a certain popular national chain that is known for their wings that actually is they're really bad. They barely put any stuff on the wings.
yeah,
That's messed up.
That's just sad. And I know exactly what chain you're talking about. It's like the chain that shall not be named in Buffalo.
Oh my goodness. I'll bet they're not very popular in Buffalo, because I bet Buffalo people are like, what the heck is this crap? This is
other places you can go to, like that have chicken wings, like we're the chicken wing capital. Come on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is a 2015 Super Bowl study found that Americans ate 1.25 billion chicken wings, 11.2 million pounds of potato chips, 120 million pounds of avocado, 4 million pizzas, 50 million cases of beer, 72 million rice cakes.
That sounds bad. I've never been at a party with rice cakes.
Who's eating rice cakes at the Super Bowl? Oh,
that doesn't sound fun at all.
No.
And that's like a significant number, I feel like, that you just said.
Rice cakes? Who's eating? That's just weird.
That is weird. I do love guacamole. Like a good homemade guacamole is pretty good.
Do you stay home, or do you like go to someone's house, or what do you
usually I'll go to someone's house. Usually, a different friend each year will host it and I'll go there.
We usually stay home. That's the thing. Oh God, I'm thinking back to when the Steelers played the Packers in the Super Bowl and they lost, and we were at the basement of this church, and it just was weird. It was weird. I was watching
That definitely sounds like an odd vibe to like try to get excited for a game and you're in a basement. I don't know.
There's a priest right there, and your team's losing. You know how fired up you get when your team is playing.
Swear in a church.
You can't swear. You can't. Yeah. Like
Willikers. Yeah. Yeah.
But it was funny. The priest got a little close to swearing too.
Did he really? Oh, that must have been.
I mean, hey, when your team's losing, you kind of
gotta let something slide.
God will forgive you for that.
He'll forgive you. He'll understand your sorrow. Watch it.
So do you have any predictions for who's going to win the Super Bowl?
For some reason, I feel like the Rams are. I feel like Matt Stafford has been through so much for so long, especially at Detroit, like all those years losing. I feel like he's worked so hard to just get where he is. And I just want him to win a ring. I feel like that would be like the ultimate thing. Some people hate on him. I don't know, to each their own, but I think it would be really cool to see him get it right.
The guy suffered for like a dozen years, playing in Detroit or playing for one of those teams that always stinks and that has no hope. Like, like Jacksonville right now, or the Giants, or
even the Bengals were like that for years. I mean, they really weren't that great till Joe Burrow came. So it's like, that's why it's like, I can't really be like, oh, I hate this team, I don't want them to win. Cause I'm like, no, we in Buffalo understand. We had a drought for a long time. I'm like, I know we've been supporting the Bengals. Like, we kind of owe them our lives because they helped end the drought for us. So it's like, I'm really not like either way, like, oh, I only want this person to win. Like, I would be happy for either quarterback, if they won. I really would be.
That did you see that video of when when the Bengals did win, when the Bengals beat the Chiefs, and like they had somebody did like a compilation of like all these Bengals fans reacting to their team going to the Super Bowl.
That's huge.
It was so cute. It was so, I mean, you know, it's easy being a Steelers fan or a Packers fan or a fan of the team that wins all the time. But when you're like a Bengals fan or Jaguars, or heck, even the Bills had a big drought.
Yeah.
Whenever your team stinks for a long time and then they do well, it's a wonderful thing. And those fans that have stuck with it for all those years to finally pay off, it's a good thing. Good for them. Right now, in Pittsburgh, it's like there's a big fight because it's like if any Steelers fan says, "Hey, I'm rooting for the Bengals," it's like you're a fake fan.
You're a traitor.
You're a traitor. Exactly.
For another AFC North.
Exactly. You can't. I mean, it's, you know, I guarantee Bills fans, if the Patriots were in the Super Bowl, it's like, yeah, I'm rooting for the Patriots. Like, not
absolutely not. Those words, you would never hear those words in Buffalo ever.
But it's hard to hate the Bengals. I mean, I know the Steelers and the Bengals do have a history and they do hate each other, but still.
Yeah. But you don't hate them as much as you hate like the Browns or the Ravens.
Right. There's no way I'm rooting for the Browns or the Ravens ever. Right. We've hated them for a long time, but they're just cute. And then Joe Burrow, what a cutie. He's Kevin from Home Alone. He's the Home Alone kid.
He is. And you know what? I had a clap back at someone today on Twitter because they were like making fun of him for his chain and like kind of like being gaudy and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? No, like, first of all, it's his money that he busted his butt for to earn, and he spent it on what he wanted to spend it on, whether it's a joke or not. I'm like, let him live. Like,
let him go.
He's having fun. He won a freaking Super Bowl his second year being in the league. Like, good for him. Like, I wasn't taking any slander about Joe Burrow. I was like, nah, let him live.
He is the reason. Now, I've always said that, like, when you have a team that's like really bad all the time and then it changes to being good, that is one of the hardest things to do, to make a bad team, a perennial bad team, become good. And it's basically because of Burrow. It's basically because of Burrow and Chase. I mean, yeah, they have some other good players, but really it's
like
Burrow.
Those two really are like thriving and really brought the whole team up with them. And I think that was like the difference maker. And not to say that, Josh hasn't done the same, like, clearly he made a huge difference in Buffalo, but I'm excited for them ultimately.
The Bills are going to make the Super Bowl, and when they do, it's going to be the most wonderful thing ever. And it's going to happen. I'll bet it's going to happen next year.
I hope it does. I really hope it does. I'm like, I don't want to cry right now, but it hurts so.
I know. It hurts. It hurts. Yeah. But okay, well, what's been going on with the Bills? They lost their offensive coordinator.
We did. He's the Giants. So Brian Daboll went to New Jersey. He's
gone off state. He's gone off to New Jersey.
He's in New Jersey. He's not in New York. So yes, he went to the Giants. We did promote Ken Dorsey, who was Josh's QB coach. So I'm really excited that he was staying, because I know we were kind of worried, is Brian going to try to steal him to New Jersey with him? So I'm really glad he got to stay. So, I think things will be all right. We still, as far as I know, have Leslie Frazier. I know he was someone else we were kind of worried about, is he going to get a head coaching position? But for right now, he'll still be our defensive coordinator. So glad we're,
What do they need? What do you think they should get in the draft? Do they still need to go for a running back?
It wouldn't hurt, but I wouldn't put like my first or second round picks on it. I think I would get someone a little bit later, maybe like a fourth or fifth round pick. I feel like Bean's really good. He's always going to go for the best player available, but I think he could get a gem. He seems to be really good at hitting those like late round gems. So I think maybe that's when we would get someone, because last year I really wanted Travis Etienne, and then freaking the Jags took him. But
yeah. Could use the cornerback too. You guys don't need that much.
Yeah, we really do. Maybe someone on the offensive line. I feel like, we kind of had some woes there. I feel like that's an area, we could use a little bit more depth. So, and, I think it's going to be interesting to see. I know we have a lot of free agents coming up or people who did like 1-year deals and things like that. So trying to see, who out of that are we going to bring back or where are they going to go and things like that. And kind of, what's our game plan for free agency. So that I'm really curious.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be it's this off season is gonna be crazy. Aaron Rodgers might be traded. Russell Wilson might be traded. Who knows what? Finally, Brady has left. I don't like that he's like, oh, maybe I'll come back. It's like, no, maybe you won't.
No. That's why I'm like, Giselle, put your foot down. Put your high heel stilettos down, please, and keep them at home.
I like
I'll ask you for anything else ever, but please just do that for us.
Yeah. Giselle.
Sincerely, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think there's going to be a lot of craziness in the next month or two. So yeah, that's that. Ooh, it's going to be there's no off season for the NFL. There's all kinds of craziness.
But what about the Steelers? What are you hoping for? What do you think you're going to do either in free agency or with the draft? Like, are there any glaring needs that you want to definitely fix?
The big question is, and already, what is it? Middle of February. Already we're just every day just like, who's going to be the quarterback? Who's going to be the quarterback? And basically a lot of Steeler fans are like, please don't let it be Mason Rudolph. Please get someone else. Please, I'm begging you.
Guys still have Duck? Is he still an option?
Duck is not, unfortunately not an option.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I haven't been following along.
Okay.
But you guys were all about Duck at one point. I was like, wow.
That's just one of the craziest things ever. Looking back, Duck is in Canada now. I think.
What?
Yeah.
You think they'll try to bring him back?
I don't think so.
No. Poor guy.
That was like one of those like things you can make a movie out of. It's like, you mean a duck caller became an NFL quarterback and he won a game? What?
He sure did. He absolutely did.
It was people. Oh my God. Duck
that was a really interesting time for you guys. Just like that whole era, like that was so much going on for you guys.
Duck Mania was running wild, and it was crazy. People were showing up in duck masks to games.
The jerseys, the masks. I remember, like they were like all about it.
We were all about the duck.
I respect it.
It was craziness. So they could get someone like like maybe Mitchell Trubisky. Maybe they'll try to get him, or Jameis Winston or something like that. They could maybe trade for someone, but I doubt they're going to do that. They're probably, but most likely what they're going to do is they're going to probably maybe draft a quarterback and then see how it goes with Mason or something like that. And it's not, it's not.
I kind of don't want to lose Mitchell Trubisky though, because we don't have Davis Webb anymore. So I'm like, it's kind of skimpy. And then obviously we don't have Jake Fromm anymore either. So I'm like, kind of skimpy at QB. So we kind of need Trubisky.
You could have Aaron Rodgers be the backup to Josh.
I mean, I don't know how that's going to sit with Aaron being a backup, but like, sure. Yeah.
Maybe. Well, that's a funny thing because they keep talking about him being traded to like Denver or something like that.
Or Jimmy Garoppolo is another person too. I feel like
Jimmy Garoppolo is interesting. I think he's really interesting. I think he gets people bash him a lot, but I think he's pretty good. I think it would make most sense for him to go down to Tampa because basically he's like dollar store Tom Brady. So just get It's like when a kid says,
not even Dollar General, like Dollar Tree.
Right. Dollar Tree. The dollar, I guess technically the $1.25 version.
$1.25, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be exciting. Yeah. And the weird thing this year is that the Steelers actually have some money, like they have a lot of money left over in the cap, so they could actually spend some money, which they never do.
Oh,
So that's going to be interesting. Maybe they could get some people. So
yeah.
who knows? But
Nice to
like,
have that wiggle room. It sure is.
but the thing is, it's like, people are like, oh, now the Steelers are going to be bad. It's like probably not, because it's like the good teams, the good organizations, they're always good, or they're always up there, and the bad ones are always bad, no matter
It's not like you guys are gonna be like the Jets or the Texans or something
right.
like that. Like you'll be, middle of the pack
Yeah.
or like a little bit above, like for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens. It's gonna be really interesting to, it's like, how do you replace a legend? I mean, Ben Roethlisberger was a quarterback for 18 years.
They're big shoes to fill, like
yeah,
early
yeah.
and figuratively.
It's gonna be really interesting. Yeah, I think the Rams are gonna win too, but here's one thing that's interesting. It's gonna be the hottest Super Bowl ever. I think the temperatures are gonna be near like 90 degrees. I wonder if that's gonna affect anything.
Yeah, and you wonder if, like, how much it'll really cool down, like, come game time. But like,
hey,
no,
running around when it's too hot, that's no fun.
I've done that actually. So I went to when I was in my USA residency for rugby, our second year that I did it, we actually trained in Glendale, Colorado, and we went to Infinity Park. And I had never been to Colorado, so I'm thinking like, oh, there's mountains. It's gonna be like nice and cool. It was like June. I could not have been more wrong. I think the coldest day that it was like 99 or 98. God. That was the coolest day. It was like 100 degrees, and we were playing on a turf field with like, all the little beads, and you could just feel the heat like radiating through like your cleats. It was rough. On top of like the mile high, sickness that like that is very real.
Because it's so high in elevation, it affects your breath,
you
right?
Literally, as soon as I got off the plane, I felt so nauseous. I'm like, was it the McDonald's I ate? Like, why do I feel like this? And then like someone's like, no, like it's a mile high sickness. So they're like, go get some smart water. I'm like, why smart water? They're like, get smart water. And I drank it, and sure enough, I felt fine like right after. But
oh wow,
something about smart water. So if you go to Denver, you've never been there, drink some smart water, I guess, when you get off.
Smart water in Denver and cannoli dip. I've learned a lot this
I do what I can.
But yeah, running around when it's really hot, you're sweating like crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that might be a factor. I think that actually might help the Rams because they're maybe used to it a little bit more. I mean, they're playing, it's a home game for them. That's not fair.
Right. That's 2 years in a row that's happened. Happened with Tampa last year. Happened with, LA this year. Interesting.
Checking right now. Who's
hosting next year?
Yeah, who's hosting next year? Who's going to be in the Super Bowl? Come on, where is that? I can't find this. Future Super Bowl locations. Las Vegas.
Oh,
maybe the Raiders.
Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds like trouble, but it sounds like fun. To go gamble and watch the Super Bowl. Oh God, that's crazy.
It's well, some of the players in the Pro Bowl was in Las Vegas, and some of the players got in trouble. So yeah, you could have fun, or you could have too much fun.
Or you can get in trouble. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So make good choices if you go to Vegas.
And then the year after that, it's New Orleans. So
I love New Orleans. I went for the first time this year for Thanksgiving. I had so much fun. That was probably the best trip of my life.
I've heard so many good things. So
food is incredible. I would go on a trip just for the food again.
The what are the beignets or whatever?
Yes, so good. I went to Cafe Beignet. There's also Cafe Du Monde. They have really good ones. So, the Cajun. It was all so good. I tried things I wouldn't like ever eat. I had alligator I had charbroiled oysters. I was living my best life. I was trying things. I'm like, I don't know, guys. They're like, oh, just try it. And surprisingly, the alligator was actually really good. It kind of reminded me of popcorn shrimp. Like, if somebody didn't tell me what it was, I would have just thought it was popcorn shrimp. And it came kind of with like this kind of like a sweet and sour dipping sauce. It was really good.
Interesting.
I was a fan.
Yeah, I would love to go to New Orleans. That sounds. I've just heard so many good things.
And the dome, Caesar's Dome. Oh, that place is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Really, really cool inside. I wish we had a dome, but that's a hot topic in Buffalo. So.
Are they still talking about a new stadium?
Yeah, but from the renderings I've seen, it's not gonna have a roof. It's gonna have, I think, like little partial overhangs, kind of, that like sort of protect you from the elements, and it's gonna have less seats.
They should have you design that though. That
they
stadium.
could. I will do it. I have good ideas.
All right, buddy. Hey, thanks so much. Always great talking to you.
Much. Yes,
try to have fun in the on Sunday.
I'll try. I'm excited for the I'm sorry, I didn't even bring up the halftime show. I'm pumped for the halftime show. So if anything, that is the very least that I will watch.
It is Eminem. Who else? Dre.
Mm-hmm.
The headline I just saw was just insane, but it's
Detroit's going hard. That's all I know.
It's Mary J. Blige, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and Snoop Dogg.
I'm for it. I can't.
Love Eminem. I love Snoop Dogg. I love Gin and Juice is maybe one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah. So that's like the one thing that like made me excited. Like,
yeah, they really did it right. So we'll see how that all goes. Just this headline is just I'll just leave it at that. It says Dr. Dre says Eminem won't blank during the Super Bowl halftime show, and it's a very very not family friendly things.
Uh-oh.
Well, he won't do it, so we don't have to worry about it. But
all right,
who knows? It would be interesting because sometimes things don't go the way they're supposed to, or crazy things happen.
Things malfunction and things like that. So who knows what happens?
Yep. All right, buddy. Hey, thanks so much.
Thank you, Joey. Take care.
All right, I'll see you.
Bye.